I've enjoyed reading and posting on this sub for many months now, and I feel like I've noticed a disconcerting trend lately. Over time, more and more of the posts seem to have a universal consensus on every post, with any dissenters massively downvoted, and be a shift towards judgments that seem, to me at least, to be out of step with how people in the real world judge situations. Given that, I think it's important to remember that even though the sub is not intended to be for validation posts or to be an echo chamber or to give advice on how people should behave in specific situations in practice, a lot of times it is. So just as a reminder offline, people in your real life will think you're an asshole if you take the last cookie when you know the child behind you wants it. They'll think you're an asshole if you don't stand up for an elderly person on a bus. They'll think you're an asshole if you don't go out for drinks with your coworkers once in a while. They'll think you're an asshole if you don't try to be involved in your child's life, no matter how much support you pay. They'll think you're an asshole if you can't help out your brother with babysitting once in a while, even if you're child-free. They'll think you're an asshole if you wear nothing but underwear in your own home when your roommate has guests over. They'll think you're an asshole if you can't detour for 10 minutes a day to carpool with a coworker for a week while his car is in the shop. The internet has its own values, and that's fine. But in the real world, people who can't just go along to get along most of the time. People who don't want to mildly inconvenience themselves to help out the people around them. People who don't seem to put any stock into the idea of collectivism. The people around them are going to consider them to be assholes. So yeah, I love this sub, I love reading the stories, and I find it very interesting to hear people's opinions. But I personally think that probably more than 50% of the time, the people I know in real life would disagree with the sub's judgment of who's the asshole in a given situation. I don't know if the disparity is just because of Reddit's demographics, or because people with alternate perspectives see the writing on the board and don't want to get downvoted to oblivion. So even if you get 4,000 replies on Reddit saying that you're totally in the right, if everyone in your real life thinks you're an asshole, well, there's probably a reason for that. And maybe this is just me, but I really wish we could have more discussion about if someone is being an asshole if they're being inconsiderate or selfish, even if they don't technically owe anyone anything. Or maybe you believe that people offline are wrong, and we should continue to promote the individualistic value system seen on Reddit both on and offline. That's a discussion worth having too.